at their jobs while they're on break. Almost died. I almost choked. Don't choke, huh? You almost choked there. Almost tapped out. Welcome to Blue Collar Crypto. It's your boy Crypto G. This is one of my, I guess, non-crypto segments. Even though lately things have been rocking, the whale mob has been doing really well with their futures trading. You know, this isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Futures trading is definitely for advanced traders. But ever since the birth of quicklearncrypto.com, there's a lot of blue collar people out there that are day trading while they're able to trade and make money while they're at their other jobs. That's exactly why I made the course. It was weird. Like when COVID happened, shut the gym down, and then crypto came up upon my desk, it was like, I don't know, it was God sent. Because once I started figuring it out and I realized you can turn assets into income, I was like, I gotta tell my friends. So I started telling them. They thought I was crazy. You know, of course, oh, it's a scam. It doesn't make sense. How is there value to something that's on the internet? Remember all those questions? Anyways, all those answers on quicklearncrypto.com. Description, the link below. Click now. But yeah, I wanted everyone to know. I wanted everyone to do it. I couldn't believe it. But again, like I say in all this, the times I say this story, is I didn't realize I was at the beginning of the euphoric phase of the bull run. So yes, I traded my way from $540 to $25,000, but I did wake up one day the next morning, and because I didn't cash out and I just left my trades in, like I had spot trades in that I should have pulled out. Because it was just green all day. And yeah, it would correct, but in a spot trade, even though it was correcting, it wasn't even correcting down, like on the fib, it wasn't even hitting golden pocket area. It was barely touching. It would just drive right up again. So why was I going to close any of the spot trades? And the futures trades, I would just cash out, put a new one. But then it got to this one point where I just left that shit in. You know why? Because that one guy, who's that guy? I'm going to put his face up right here. His face is right here, and I can't think of the name. It's here because I edited it here, not because it's there now. Oh, Chris from MM Crypto. This guy's crazy. Like, not in a bad way. He's just very excited about his trades. And hey, in the bull run, he's somebody I actually like to follow because he is very aggressive. Like, he does $1 million future trades and he has them open and he shows you live. It's crazy. I think I know he hacks that, but anyways, I'm not going to take that against him. He's a millionaire in his own right. He has a condo looking right across from the Burj Khalifa. So in Dubai, so he knows what he's doing. But anyways, what I was going to say was, because of him, I left trades in. Okay, not because of him. Obviously, you do your own research. All your trades are on you. You can't blame anybody. That's your investment. You should only invest in what you can afford to lose. 100%. Do not trade or buy assets on loan. There is a way to do that when you have a corporation, but that's not how you do it when you're blue collar and you're trying to create assets into income. Do not buy crypto or any investment on credit. Please don't put crypto or anything like that on a Visa. That's just not the way to do it. Save money. If you can afford $75 every 2 weeks off a paycheck or whatever, you buy and hodl. Look at the project we have now, JT Bit. Imagine you did that, $75, every 2 weeks. If you did that for the last 2 months, you'd be fine. Because when this thing hits by the end of the month, you're going to be a millionaire. Yeah, everyone's like, what? What is he talking about? Yeah, go back, go to the JT Bit link or playlist and just go through that. That's not what we're talking about today. What I actually want to talk about today is why. Why the heck should you listen to me anyway? I heard a really good podcast yesterday. It was on Jackson. I don't even know what Rampage calls his. I think it's just Jackson podcast. Anyways, they had Vitor Belfort on, and wow, huge fan. I remember watching his UFC debut, UFC 12. For some reason, I always thought it was 11, but it was 12. Pardon me, when it was still tournament style. Anyways, it was a really good podcast because he's obviously now retired. He's still active, and he's one of the pioneers of the sport. He was a legend, and man, but his kids are still training he still has the high performance mentality. His kids are all high performance athletes, and just his relationship with God, and when did that relationship come? And it came during a fight. You have to listen to it. I don't want to take anything away from that podcast or freaking butcher it and make it sound like it wasn't good. But anyways, it was good. What I wanted to talk about was he mentioned something about speakers and doers. So he said that too much on the internet nowadays, on Instagram, on YouTube, all of these platforms, there's too many speakers, there's too many life coaches, and there's too many crypto investors, there's too many trainers, there's too many coaches. That's the one he complained about the most, obviously, because he's a fighter. So, I mean, I feel the same way too about coaches. Just that there's so many people now that just speak on knowing something they have no experience in, speaking on something that they've never done. So he talked about there's too many speakers out there that have never done anything. And now you're going to have to look for doers that now have become speakers. Yeah, the doer. And it makes sense. Like my father always says, you don't judge a man on what he says, you judge a man on what he produces. What do you have? And he even talked about, I'll go back to the speaker and doer, but he also talked about when you've been a champion before, that when you were a champion in the past, it gives you respect, and it gives you some kind of acknowledgement in the present. But that has nothing to do with how you're going to perform or be in the future, because it's still your past. But the difference of having that past when you're a doer is that it gives you that, it gives you that accolade of having the experience and knowing what you're talking about, basically. So, why am I bringing that up? Well, it's because we have over 80,000 subscribers, and our videos get just over, 1,000 views per video. Some of them 3,000, 2,000, whatever. But why? Why listen to us? Why listen to me? Am I just speaking? Am I just trying to get you guys to sign up on my free course? Trying to help you guys get free money on all the affiliate links that we have. I don't know. Like, it's interesting when you see people online and on platforms that put things out, and you see there's an end, there's a catch. There's a catch. I don't have a catch here. I don't care if you listen. Like if you're listening now, it's because you feel that I might be able to help you or there's something we relate to. And that's awesome that you're still here. But if you're like listening and you're, already like, who the fuck is this guy? Well, I'll tell you. Like I come from a different world. I'm not better than anybody. I'm not, there's so many people that have gone through harder things, that have done, greater things. But in my life, every time something has come to hold me down, it never has. And it tries hard. But I wasn't, the way I was brought up and my faith in God and the things the Lord's given me, you can't. I just couldn't. It's not in me to stay down. I'm not going to stay down. I can't. I can't. It would make me upset not to fight. Like I watch these things. Hopefully I can find a video and show you right now. But it's those videos of when, people dress up as clowns and they try to scare people, which I think is so funny. But for me, it's just, I'm not, as much as I love horror movies, I'm just not that guy. You don't. Like I tell my boys, I said, if some fucking weird guy in a parking garage throws a ball over to us and he's dressed in a clown mask or costume or whatever, I'm not running. I'm running towards that guy. I would rather go down fighting 100%. Oh my God, 100%. I would, yeah, I'm not that guy. So if you're one of those clown guys and you start following where we're going to be doing crypto and you guys come, oh my God, I could just imagine if it was me. Oh, there's so many bad people that I could be paired with that it would go really bad. Well, no, because now when I think about it, I'd be the fucked up crazy guy and the person I'd bring would probably stop it. My kid's listening going, oh yeah, you guys don't even know my dad. My dad's fucked. That's the thing. There's something inside me that if you hurt anyone, any of my family or anyone I love, it's just, yeah. It just wouldn't happen. Yeah. Sorry. Oh, fuck the things someone tried to hurt somebody in my family. God dang. Yeah. Wow. Just totally straying from what I need to talk about today. All right. Speaker and doer. That's another thing. That's like, I'm Gen X. When I grew up, we fought a lot. I fought a lot. Like, that's one of the things I grew up with. I grew up with hard, man. You know how many people called me chink growing up, and I had to fucking do something about it. And I did it, and I was crying, and I was like, as I'm talking, like, I was, I don't know, 6, 7 years old. I remember, like, when I was 6, I got beat up at a park because the kids, I think they were like 11, 12, and I was with these 2 other Filipino kids, and we were like 5 or 6. This is the reason why I started Taekwondo. We went to the park, and then the white kids go, no chinks at the park. And I didn't think anything of it because I wasn't Chinese. as racist as that is to say, I still wasn't Chinese, so I wasn't moving. Oh, and we were all fat Filipino kids too. Man, I was so heavy when I was young. Anyways, but it was cute, so whatever. Anyways, we're there, and I really wanted to go on the slide because we were just at my friend's house having barbecue in their backyards. All the backyards in this condo, like the back, they all go into the park. It was one of those. So we were at the park, and then all of a sudden, these kids followed me to the slide, and they're like, "No, you're not going up that slide. You're not going up the slide." So I went up the slide, and then they pushed me off the slide. They stuffed sand in my face, in my mouth, in my nose. They were kicking me. And then the two Filipino kids that I was with ran. So I was fucking eating sand and getting the boots by these three boys. And then my dad came. Oh, fuck. I'm not going to get into what happened, but my dad took care of that. And when their dads came, and that was like the first time I saw my dad throw down. I was like, holy shit. Don't fuck with my dad. Exciting times. But then from that moment, like sand in my eyes, nose, ears, my mouth was spitting out sand. The same t-shirt, crying, and I had like mud tears because my face was all full of sand. He threw me in the car, and we went right downtown to start looking for a martial arts club. Now, everyone knows that my father was a great martial artist himself and a good boxer, but why? Why not just teach your own kid? It was different. And did I only learn that later with my daughter as we had our own coaching relationship through like we try to separate the two spheres, father, daughter, and coach and athlete, but that's impossible. I mean, it's possible now. It's hard during development stages, especially for full contact fighting. Full contact fighting is just different because you can, win by, you can get knocked out, like you can win by knockout. It's different. Yeah. Like combat is always going to be different than anything else. I'm sorry. You can't say unless you've done it. I've done many things and I've done a lot of combat and nothing is like it. I've even dieted for 21 bodybuilding shows and I dieted for about 20 or 21 weeks. Almost choked again for each of them. And combat is still a different animal. Yeah, bodybuilding is really fucking hard. Like it's 24/7. You never shut it off. Like that's one thing about that sport. You never turn it off. You never, ever, ever, ever turn it off. But with combat, with the fear of getting knocked out, the fear of getting hurt. This isn't dance. This isn't, swimming. It's not to take away from any of those things. But when you're looking someone dead in the face and you're trying to kick their head off their shoulders as bad as they're trying to kick your head off your shoulders, I don't know. It's a different mentality, I think, in there. Just saying. But that's me. But yeah, that relationship, see how I always stray like that? I'm surprised if anyone's listening. But that relationship is tough. So my dad knew that and he got me a master. Now, I remember when the first martial arts school we went to together. Just remember sand, the whole thing. We went and it was this place called Ron Day's Martial Arts Academy. I wonder if anyone in Kitchener, Waterloo remembers that name. I even knew his son. Lance? I don't know. Maybe I don't. But I actually sparred with him. Anyways, we went there and I thought, sitting there were some guys who were using weapons and all this stuff. And then My dad and I are sitting watching, and then this really heavy guy gets up from behind a desk, and I remember he could hardly walk. This guy makes his way over to us, and he's doing the heavy breathing, like he's a bodybuilder, but he's not. Like he's Aaron Gully, but he's not. He's like, "Hey, how can I help you, gentlemen?" My dad was like, "Oh, we were just watching." And then the second he left, my dad goes, "Let's go." I was like, "Oh, what's wrong with that place?" My dad's like, "No, that's not the place for you." Okay. Then we walked into this other place, and the doors open, and I see this huge flight of stairs. Huge flight, downtown Kitchener flight of stairs. The flight of stairs beside Old Metropolis, I think it's now Wax, all the way up. Little did I know I'd be running those stairs as a black belt. But we went up these stairs, and as we got higher, I would hear kind of in the background this bassy hit, like a boom, and then somebody yelling. I was like, sucks to whoever he's speaking to. So we keep going up higher and higher, and the bang just keeps getting louder, and we're getting closer to it. So I hear the douche. I can't make it out, but I know it's yelling. Douche. And all of a sudden we get up to the top. Douche. My dad turns. Oh, over here. It must be here. Fuck. So, following the Big Bang Theory, we went. And that's when I met and saw Master Chung Wan Oh. He is one of the OG original grandmasters that ever came here to Canada. He came here in 71. His school was here in 72. He actually was huge in the Korean Army, and he would bring these military Taekwondo fighters to train us. Holy fuck, this sucked. And he was so against Olympic Taekwondo, believe it or not. He wanted nothing to do with it. In his club, every belt you never got a belt just in Taekwondo. You got a belt, the same belt in Hapkido. So when you got your black belt, you also got your black belt in Taekwondo and Hapkido, because you had to do both to do his belts. And I got in that club, 1988, I got up to second dan there. I got my first dan in 85. Oh, fuck, I'm old. But yeah, so I remember, so when we get there, this kid was kicking a kid in line. And then Master O catches him. And he goes, "Boy, come here." And this kid's crying already. I'm like, why is this kid crying? He hasn't even gotten shit yet. Comes, Master O pulls his hair back like this with one hand. Like this. Let's say this is the kid's head right here. He pulls his hair back. And then he takes his knuckle and goes right in the head. Hard though. Like I'm talking, there was like the bump. That's for kicking one of your fellow teammates in line. Yeah. Then my dad looks down at me and goes, "We sign up here." It's like, fuck. I'm not getting away with shit. So anyways, that was the first, and I did my first class that day too. My dad chatted to Master O because my dad was also in Hapkido. So they had their little, "Do you know my master? Do you know my master?" conversation. And then after that, I was partnered with Master O's son for life, basically, because he's going to give his. So it was basically like Bloodsport. I was like with the Tanaka's son the whole time, basically. Thomas O. Thomas, if you catch this, give me a shout, man. Let's break some bricks. I saw that guy go through 6 bricks before, but we were young. That doesn't sound like a lot, but they were legit bricks. Everything in Master O's club was legit. He didn't fake shit. No, he earned everything there. And like I said, he hated WTF fighting. Like he had 16 schools. So when he had his inter-school tournament, he filled Conestoga College. Imagine 16 schools with at least 50 students in each school. There's enough people to have enough fights, and you don't know school versus school. You know, it was like a Young's, you know, kind of. It was like the original. Like I remember when I went to tournaments, the only tournament we went to was John Park, his, and then Master O's, maybe, and then the rest were all schools of his that held them in their cities. So, anyways, so that's how that all started. So getting back to Doer and speaker, you know, there's a lot of people out there that, you know, speak and post and share all these things and demand all this respect, and they haven't gone through anything. You know, what have you gone through? What have you done? And it just goes back to this channel. Why are you listening? What brings you here? Yeah, you want to learn how to make assets and income, sure, but why listen? Why listen to me? Well, I'll tell you 100% that I ain't a speaker. I became a speaker, but I was a doer first. I'm not going to go through everything that I've been through. But, all right, back to Doer. Just when they ask you, what have you done? What do you say? If they ask you, why should I listen to you? What do you say? If they ask you, how do I know you're never going to quit? What are you going to say? Who are you? Who are you to the person you are? Who are you to the person beside you? What makes you great? What makes you worth listening to you speak? What have you been through? You know, I'll tell you a little bit of what I've been through. In 2017, I had a Waldenberg syndrome stroke. That means it was a brainstem stroke. I lost my eyesight and I lost the use of my hands and legs. And when it happened, I was alone in a basement. There's a video about it. I've talked to you about it many times, but fast forward, I was in the hospital. I made it there and still couldn't walk, but now I had use of my eyes. I could see. I talked to the doctor and I said, what are you going to give me now? What's the next step so I can start to walk? He goes, to be honest, son, I don't know if you'll be able to walk without a walker. I was like, really? And I was like, so what is preventing it? Like, how can I walk again? He said, it's all on you. And I got excited. I remember asking him, sorry, can you say that again? What do you mean it's all on me? He goes, whatever has happened, and you have to rewrite all the new bridges and pathways from your brain to your body. So that's going to be on you to try to get your legs to respond, try to get your hands to respond, try to learn to re-grip things, you know, stand up, go to the bathroom, put socks on. Like, these were all, shave my head, like brush my teeth. Like, there's these things that you might take for granted that I couldn't do anymore. But once he told me that it was on me, it was over. If you're going to tell me that it's only work ethic that is going to determine if I walk again, watch me. And I did. And I walked without a walker in your face. And then he said, I know you're walking, but I don't think you'll be able to train and lift weights like you used to. And I said, why? Is there something? Well, no, it's also going to be on you if you're going to want to, do what it's going to take to go through all that again to get that strong and that big. And I said, okay, watch me. So on the bodybuilding stage I went. 7 months after not being able to walk. Still did 50 minutes of cardio twice a day. Then after that, they said, well, you're probably not going to be able to fight the way you used to fight, because I don't think with not having any response on the left side of your body, you'll be able to kick. I was like, well, watch me. You'll see. And so for one more time after the stroke, I got back in the ring. Just to show you that it doesn't matter. It's in you. You could be given every obstacle, every reason to shut down and give up. But if you choose to keep fighting and moving forward, no matter how much of an improvement it is, maybe there's no improvement at all. The improvement is that you decided not to give up that day. You still tried. So keep trying, keep pushing. Hard work works. Implement that in everything you do. Hard work works. It's the only thing that's worked for me. I'm not the smartest person. I don't have a college or university degree. But I ran a pretty successful business for over a decade. We sold it, I invested, we're retired now, and now we're into, utilizing assets for income, and we're just trying to spread that. If you fight hard for what you want, it works out. But you gotta fight. You gotta do it. Too many people quit too easy. You guys, you try, you look through something, and then you're like, oh, I don't get it. Give up. You don't get it? Give up? No, that's not how it works. Could you imagine I did that? Because they shut the gym down during COVID, I had my back against the wall. I almost lost this place, lost our vehicles. I didn't know what I was going to do. The gym was shut down. The gym wasn't making money. Some of you were still going to work. A lot of you were still essential. I was not. There was nothing to fall back on. I was a business owner. So when crypto came across, I didn't quit and be like, oh, I don't get how to put an entry into futures, even though I have this little bit of money and I understand how assets work and I know it's going to go up right now, but I don't even know how to. Well, then figure it out. Look through another tutorial. I did tutorial after tutorial, trying to learn, trying to understand. I did everything. I could. And then I found a way. And then I made a course so it'd be easy for you guys to do it. I wanted you guys to have the same thing. That's the difference between some of those people out there and the person you see right now. I am the doer. I've gone through it. I've pushed through it. I wasn't given money. I didn't win the lottery. Just like you, I've had the shitty end of the stick many times. Many, many, many times. So I'm telling you, doing it this way, there's a way to free yourself. There is a way. I'm telling you. You know what? Even if you don't get involved in crypto, find a way to just do something you love. Because when it's something you love, you'll work hard at it. I tell you, hard work works. But if you don't like what you're doing, you're not going to work. You're not. You're not. Hard work, when I mean hard work, I mean I work when everyone's sleeping, because I can't wait when this thing launches, when our project launches. I'm doing everything possible on my end that the creator and those other investors are expecting Shawn and I and our channel to do. We have to hold up our end. Do you think they're just going to make us millionaires for free? No, there's shit I got to do. Do you think they're on Canadian time? No, they're on a time zone 8 hours ahead and 12 hours ahead. And Shawn and I have to deal with that. So we're working when you guys are sleeping. But I love what I do, because I love what it's going to do for the people in the whale mob. I love what it's going to do for the person listening right now that's actually going to invest a little bit in JTBit and see what happens. You got a month. Small investment. This is the financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I am blue collar. And if you're blue collar too, then I'm talking to you. It's us that are trying to escape this thing. It's not these other people that we see that are driving all the. Who are those people? I don't even know what they do. And I can't care. I can't look around and like, oh, these people have this and this person has this. I don't give a fuck what they have. I am grateful for the things I have now and the things I'm going to achieve later. And you're not going to achieve them if you don't do anything about it. You got to do something about it now. Do something. And again, I'm not talking about just get into JTBit or buy Bitcoin. Yeah, that's a different way. That is the way that worked for us, but it might not be your way. Maybe you're just listening because you need a new way in life, not the way you're doing it now. Find it. Find what you're good at. There's something that God has given you that you do that no one else can do. I don't know what it is. You know, it's not always, financial. It's not a training. It could be anything. Could be baking. Could be sewing, could be building, could be woodwork. I don't know. There's so many things I'm not good at. There's so many things that I pay top dollar for someone that knows how to do it. Everyone is interested in something. Find out what you want to do. You shouldn't be stressed about, oh, I'm going to lose my job, or I can't pay my bills. Don't live in fear. Don't live in fear. Find something you love to do and start doing it. Because when you start doing it and people see that passion, eventually that will monetize into something. Just doing what you love and being more positive in your life, it's not always monetized in the way of the act that you're doing now. But because you're putting that energy out there, monetization just comes from other places. It's not always going to come from the thing you're doing, but the thing you're doing is making you happy. The thing that makes you happy ripples all the way across your life. And then other things start coming. New doors start opening. New people start getting attracted to your passion and your motivation. That's how it works. I'm not saying, oh, I'm the best baker, and then you're going to make $1 million baking. No. Maybe you're the best baker and you bake and you're doing this, and then somebody comes across and says, hey, I really like what you're doing. Can you do this for me? And then all of a sudden that branches into something, and now your recipe might be taken all over the world. Your way you do things might be the way this company or corporation wants all of their people to do it. You just never know. You don't know. But I'll tell you, you're never going to find out if you continue to do the shitty job you do, paying the bills you hate to pay, and stressing about it. No. And I'm not telling you to quit your job. Now is actually the time, because if you have a job now, be grateful for that. And you know what you do with it? You take the extra shifts now. You take the extra work now. You go and you take that money and you get involved and start hodling assets. And I don't mean you don't have to do it in crypto, but if you want to learn that, then you're on the right channel. But at least save the money and buy assets, not save the money, put it in the bank. It doesn't work that way. Get into assets. Start moving your money in the right way. And then you can find a way out of this paycheck to paycheck. Inflation goes 7% and your raise only goes 4%. Who's making up the other 3%? Exactly. Think. All right. I think that's enough. I vented. Just want you guys to be good. I want you guys to be good. I want you guys to have clear heads and understand. understand that happiness and your success is really on you. It's not in the people in your life. The people in your life aren't going to make you happy. You make you happy. It's not on anyone else. It's not. And you know what the easiest way to have that happen when you're feeling down? Just start being grateful. Be grateful for what you have. You still got a house for the next 30 days? Be happy for that. Turn your water on. Does it go hot and cold? Be grateful for that. Can you see this video and listen to me? Whew, be grateful for that. Be grateful even if you have the slightest bit of health. Once you start being grateful for those things, then negativity and stress is a little easier to deal with. So be grateful. I love you guys. GT-bit people. We're flying to the moon soon. But I keep putting all this weight on, so I think my astronaut suit's going to have to go up to XX. All right, guys, Crypto G. Have a good weekend. We'll be in touch soon because I think tonight is going to be a big night for the company, and we'll see what 12 hours brings us. Take care. From the stroke. And this is how it all went down. Just hearing those cheers. Remembering. That's why I fight. That's why I got out of that bed. Just for those kids.
Do you want to increase your income and make money on the side, but you neither want nor have the time to go looking for another job? QuickLearnCrypto.com offers you a better opportunity to earn a large income so you can fulfill your dreams. Sign up for our free course and learn how Bitcoin and crypto work. You will also learn to use exchanges and basic chart reading to find great money-making entries. And each course comes with its certification of completion. Get premium knowledge of crypto trading and be financially free.
And I talked to the doctor, and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. I had to. So that really resonated with me. I'm not sick. I'm fine. My painkillers make me cough.